Hi guys, today I got for you 2025 CX90, Mazda's most ambitious SUV. In this preferred trim you'll find inline 6 with a turbocharger under the hood, luxury styling and very sharp driving dynamics. All, as you can see, packed in this full-size 3-row family vehicle. Is it really possible without premium badge on the hood? We're about to find out. I'm Mike and you're watching AllinCarNations. Meet the 2025 CX90. Up front, the fasciata features a wide gloss black grille, framed by LED headlights and flowing hood. That gives the sculpt almost athletic character. On the side, you will notice clean lines and confident stance. CX90 stands tall with a ground clearance of 8 inches, giving you confidence on the rougher roads. It stretches to 201.6 inches in length. It's almost 85 inches wide and stands 68.2 inches in height. Its long 102.8 inches wheelbase ensures a stable and comfortable ride, especially on the highway. So let's see the heart of the samurai. A lot of plastic. And what's beneath it? Bam, bam. 6 cylinders in line with a turbocharger. I'll tell you more about this unit, guys, just in a minute. In front of our CX90, guys, the Kodo design Mazda's language is pretty evident. This is massive chrome wing, even on this base trim, looks kind of cool to me. Behind the Mazda emblem, you'll find the radar for your adaptive cruise control, parking sensors here as well. The whole fasciata, guys. It looks like a boxer's face to me, to be honest, with small eyes. By the way, those projector headlights are pretty good in the night. Daytime running lights are integrated in here, and the whole grille looks like a flattened nose of the boxer. And all together says, you better pay your taxes on time. Looks kind of aggressive to me. Let's see the profile then. And from this angle, guys, the body lines are quite calm. Little bit different story than in the front of this vehicle, which is aggressive in my opinion, but you will find one, I would say, sporty touch over here. Inline 6 badge on the fender, always nice to have 6 cylinders instead of 4 banger, right? And clearly you can see the size of this vehicle, it's pretty big. This is in the high-end trim. It's basically second trim out of 6, so we can say almost a base one, but still you will find 90-inch wheels. Check them out, they're kind of cool. No chromes in here, and you got plastics on the bottom of the door. That's always nice to have this kind of thing in case of the fighting with the curbs in the city, right? Let's see the back, shall we? And here in the back of our Mazda, guys. Pulsing turn signals, that's the Mazda signature. I like the design of the taillights. That reminds me the Kodo design language. Same like in the grille, this big wing. It reminds me of the wing as well, but I would move the wiper underneath this wing to get like more clean look, but that's just my personal opinion. Few badges in here, CX90 all-wheel drive, I think that's pretty obvious. Skyactive G, that means you have mild hybrid under the hood, guys. So now, let's take a listen to this mild hybrid exhaust, which is somewhere. Oh, we got dual exhaust, guys. One pipe is in here and other down there. Let's take a listen, shall we? Let's pop open the trunk, guys, and right now you're looking at almost 16 cubic feet of cargo space. Enough for the weekend gear. Underneath the floor you'll find a storage with plastic insert, that's quite unusual. On your right, 12-volt power outlet. And obviously you can fold down the third row. You need to pull the string like that. Same story with the other seat. You can use one hand only, as you can see. And right now it expands to 40 cubic feet of cargo space. That's quite something.
You can obviously fold down the second row as well, and then you will get 75.5 cubic feet. That's cool. Let's see the cabin.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so let's check out the interior of the CX90 Preffered trim. As I mentioned before, this isn't a top G trim. We're in a second trim out of 6 called Preffered, so almost like in the base trim, but you're not feeling in here like in King Leonidas Sparta, if you know what I mean. More like minimalistic premium vibe, I would say. This isn't a real leather, all right, but still looks kind of cool. I would call it a vegan option, but you'll find soft materials on the door panels or on the top of the dashboard. By the way, the design of the dashboard, guys, check this out. It's quite minimalistic, but I like it. The steering wheel feels really good in my hands. Mazda shaped, I would call it that way. Digital gauge cluster with the Mazda font is in front of me as well. And the central piece, it's okay. In this trim, you don't have a touch screen. Or maybe you do. If you're gonna engage the Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, then you can use this screen with the touch function. But I don't like the location of this hazard light button because I've turned them on like multiple times by accident while navigating on the Google Maps. So I would move this button, but the whole design of this cabin, guys, I must tell you, I really like it. Check out those seats.
Vegan leather seats with heating function, very cool contrast stitching, they're quite comfortable. Split to open armrest with USB-C ports. Control center for your multimedia system, electric handbrake, gear selector. You can open this guy like that, and then you have cup holders. You can charge your phone down there. AC control panel and the media set on the top. You can adjust the temperature inside of the cabin with the physical buttons. I like it. And the same situation is with the infotainment screen. You can use this twisting knob like in the iDrive, almost like in the Beamer, almost. It does have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and then you can use the touchscreen. That's quite unusual, but it is how it is. Everything is responsive and sharp. And also you have a backup camera on board. I like it.
All right, guys, so let's see what's in the back of our Mazda. And in here, as you can see, 2 captain's chairs with the armrests. I like it. Tons of space for my legs or for my head because this is a big car, guys, let's be honest. Sunshade, nice touch. Above my head, moonroof. Obviously you can order a panorama, but in this trim it's not available. The centerpiece, check this out, guys. 2 USB-C ports and the command center for your AC system. I like it. And in here you'll find very clever cup holder tray, I would call it that way. This car is a 7-seater, so obviously we have a third row. You don't have the central piece in here like the big armrest, so you can use this as a corridor or more like your kids. So let's see the third row, shall we? So to enter the third row, guys, as I mentioned, you can use the corridor, or all you need to do is pull here, this guy, and move the seat, and here's your entrance. Let's jump in. All right, guys, so in the third row, you're sitting on a bench with the 3 seats, by the way. So this car is a 7-seater. And this bench is more comfortable, actually, than in a Ford Explorer, which is a huge plus in my opinion. You've got all the luxury features of the third row, guys, in here as well, like the USB-C ports, cup holders, same on the other side, and the air vents. I like it. But the space in general is designed for the kids. So adult will be able to travel here like in case of the emergency, I think an hour max. Speaking about traveling, guys, so let's take this guy for a spin and see how it drives. So driving experience, guys, let me give you a little introduction first because there is a lot to talk about. First of all, one of the key differences between this CX90 and the competitors, it's the rear-biased platform. What does it mean? Well, unlike the typical front-wheel drive SUVs like a Honda Pilot or Toyota Highlander, the CX90, guys, especially the drivetrain, is designed to send power primarily to the rear wheels. The engine sits like this in an engine bay, not across the vehicle. The transmission is in here, and we have all-wheel drive system on board as well, which favors the rear. This is the recipe, guys, made in Germany, because Beamer or Benz does have exactly the same setup in case of the rear biased platform. So does it handle like a German car? Yes, it does. CX-90, guys, handles more like a large German wagon, I would call it that way, than a bulky SUV. The steering is precise with good center feel. Body roll in the corners for the SUV is actually minimal. Brakes are good as well. The suspension uses multi-link setup in the rear and double wishbones up front. Everything is well tuned for comfort and agility. It's not super soft in here, but thanks to that, you've got proper sporty vibes behind the steering wheel, and that's very cool and very good in my opinion. So what's under the hood of this Mazda CX-90, guys? There's only one way to find out. Let me turn on the sport mode for you, and we're gonna floor it. Alright, so under the hood we have 3.3 liter engine with a turbocharger. That's the inline six, so we've got 6 cylinders. There's also electric motor on board, which works as a starter motor as well, and it's helping the big brother, the combustion engine, on low RPMs. The total power output, guys, is 280 brake horsepower in that case and 332 pound-feet of torque. It's not the fastest setup on the planet, but it pulls, especially you're feeling this torque, you know. But still, if you need more, you can also choose Turbo S, just like the Porsche, and then you will have 60 brake horsepower more if it's not enough in here. Our robust 3.3 liter inline six with a turbocharger and electric motor, guys, it's paired with 8-speed automatic transmission, and this transmission is basically okay. You got shifting pedals behind the steering wheel. It's quick enough. It's not German engineering, if you know what I mean, but still, you can play with it a little bit. One thing I just can't get used to it's the gear selector. Recently, I've had some comment on Instagram under post with the Elon Musk, and I said that funny thing is the fact that Elon Musk is not the original founder of the Tesla, because he's not. And someone called me a retard. So perhaps he or she or it, you never know, it's right, because this gear selector, it's really annoying. Check this out, guys. Let me just stop in here, and if you would like to put this car on park, right, the muscle memory will gonna tell you just push it forward. It's reverse. Push it backward, it's drive. This is understandable, but I would like to park this vehicle, so I've done this multiple times, and I try to exit the vehicle, and I'm backing up with my door open, guys. This is just unsafe. So Mazda, if you would like to put this car to the park, you need to do this motion at the end. Why? I just don't understand. Maybe I am retarded after a little bit. There is something called fuel efficiency in here as well, guys. And in that matter, no sacrifice, no victory. All with wiki motto, right? I'm quite surprised, I must tell you that, because this car does have 20-gallon fuel tank, almost 20, like 19.8, something like that. And according to the computer, the range on the highway is supposed to be something close to 550 miles, which is very, very optimistic, I would say. And Mazda says this car will get around 23 miles per gallon in the city and 28 on a highway, right? Guys, I've tried really, really hard, and in a mixed cycle, I couldn't get 20 miles, you know, like 18, 19, that's my average. So I'm quite surprised, because this engine burns fuel like old school minivans V6, you know, like the classic. So from the other hand, it's a trade-off, because you got the performance, all-wheel drive capability, but still, I'm a little bit surprised. One thing, guys, you have 3 different drive modes in here on board. So Sport, normal and off-road, I think that's pretty straightforward, right? So if you're gonna engage the sport mode, throttle response will be a little bit better. Computer will engage this weird engine noise inside of the cabin. With this artificial noise, you got this feeling that this engine does have a supercharger. I think that's not necessary, but it is how it is. So normal mode, I think it's pretty obvious. And on the off-road, you'll feel more confident on muddy soccer field while picking up your kids. Soccer. That's a Japanese vehicle, right? So in Japan, also in Europe, where I'm from, soccer is football, right? By the name, football. You're kicking the ball with your foot. So it's football, right? I think so. Probably I'll be dead in a week. What can you do? It's the truth, guys. Football. Like Robert Lewandowski, right? If you're not feeling safe in your life on a daily basis, guys, I think you will love this Mazda, because regarding the trim, the safety features remains the same. So you got Active Sense suite on board. That includes different systems like collision avoidance, rear cross traffic alert, adaptive cruise control with emergency braking, line keeping assist, blind spot monitors. So I would say this car is very safe. However, I would add 360 camera, because sometimes it can help a lot, especially while maneuvering on a tight parking lot. And by the way, this car handles, again, very nicely in the corners. Yeah, so 360 camera, that's the only piece that it's missing. But besides that, that's a very safe car. The CX90 from 2025, guys, comes with different trims. You can choose between 6 of them. So select Preffered, Preffered Plus, Premium, Turbo S, and Premium Plus. This is Preffered trim, and it does have all-wheel drive system. So car equipped like this, like we're driving right now, it's gonna cost you something close to $44,000. And I think that's a good deal. It's like almost a steal. Close to robbery, basically. So I think it strikes a perfect balance of premium vibes, safety, and performance. I really like that car, guys. I think I would buy car equipped like this. If you need more, you can choose 4 higher trims, right? But this setup isn't bad at all. So here on the channel, guys, we always got like top G trims because I'm working with press cars only. And I've chose this trim on purpose. I could get like Premium Plus, maybe I will in the future. But really, I think the Preffered trim got everything that you need. You've got same exactly performance, same handling. Maybe some luxury features are missing, but I'm not feeling bad on this vegan leather. So if you want to save some bucks and get yourself a really decent 3-row big car, family SUV, this CX90 might be a good option for you. This Mazda CX90 delivers distinctive take on the 3-row SUV, combining premium craftsmanship, a smooth and powerful engine, driving dynamics that definitely stands out in this segment. While this Preffered trim may not include all the luxury features available in the higher trims, but I think it strikes an excellent balance of value, performance and refinement, almost like in a premium brand. Alright guys, so what do you think about this Mazda CX90 Preffered trim? Would you prefer this trim over the others or maybe over the competitor? Write me down in the comments below. And if you like my video, give me a thumbs up. And by the way, there's also new functionality on my channel called Hype. If you're gonna push this button with Hype writing on it, my video will get more views, more traction equals more car reviews, guys. And if you would like to see more, don't forget to subscribe.